From the farm to the financial capital of the world, Once Upon a Farm made its public debut under the ticker OFRM. And I'm pleased to be joined by co-founder and CEO John Foraker, as well as co-founder Jennifer Garner. Thank you both so much for being with me this afternoon. Certainly, this is very exciting, but you guys have been on this journey for a little bit now. You both joined as co-founders in 2017, and Jen, for you, I'm sure there are so many companies who are knocking on your door to work with you. What made this opportunity so compelling?
The original founder, Cassandra Curtis and Ari Raz, were really solving a problem that I had struggled with as a mom, that you could buy organic, fresh, refrigerated food for your dog or cat, but not for your baby. So she was out there doing it with this tiny little company, the first HPP, refrigerated, organic, fresh baby food, and I just wanted to be involved. I met John. We started talking about, wow, could we be a purpose-driven company and do this together? Yeah. We shook hands on it at the end of our first meeting. I'm in if you're in, and here we are.
Yeah, I remember, John, you telling me that story this time last year. But you have taken another company public, another natural foods company, Annie's. How does this time differ from that time, just in terms of the IPO market overall, but also preparing this company from the get-go to take this move and go public?
Well, this company is quite a bit bigger than Annie's when it went public, and both in people and in revenue, and also in systems and preparation. Like, we learned a lot of things from Annie's, and we were just so well positioned to go in a much more mature company in many ways than Annie's was, with a much bigger growth opportunity ahead of us.
The IPO market, is it far different than when you took Annie's public?
I don't think it was significantly different. There weren't a lot of CPG companies like us at our size that went public, but that was true then, it's true now. So that's not really a big difference.
And we're at this moment in time where protein is so important. Protein, fiber, I feel like we've heard those words a million times over. Specifically though for adults, but your average consumer is about 2 to 5. So how does that sort of translate to that age group and to your core consumer, this mega trend that we're seeing?
We definitely stay close to our consumers. We have a lot of consumer insights, and we're right there with them in lockstep. I mean, as you saw with all the children here today, we're raising our kids alongside our consumers. Mm-hmm. So we know that protein is first and foremost, or at the forefront of their minds. We have 3 pillars: clean ingredients, clean whole ingredients, great taste, and wait a minute, my brain is getting so tired. What's the other one?
Great taste and
clean ingredients, great taste, and superior nutrition. Thank you. Sorry, it's been a long day.
Functional superior nutrition.
Functional
and
superior.
That really speaks to what we're seeing.
It does. It speaks to what we're seeing, but anything that we put out has got to be delicious, or kids aren't going to want to participate. And we also know we're not trying to raise little Gaston. We're trying to we want kids to have the developmentally appropriate amount of anything. So as we move further in the market, you'll see more of our offerings.
And kids are certainly probably the toughest critics out there, so you guys probably have that.
They'll try anything once, but if it doesn't taste amazing, they're not coming back.
And speaking of those offerings, with this IPO happening now, you guys already have a lineup of everything from puffs to the pouches, which you guys are very widely known for. What sort of opportunity does this provide for you, John? And when you think about the opportunity at hand within Walmart, Target, Kroger's, Wegmans, you're already in so many retailers, so what's next?
So the biggest opportunity we have is to broaden our distribution and deepen it in categories we're already in. Like you mentioned, kid snacking over by Kid Dairy, huge opportunities there. One of the big things we're working on is putting coolers in baby aisles. So we're giving parents the opportunity to buy fresh baby food as they walk down an aisle that's usually full, most always, of ambient, shelf-stable stuff. And that's such a disruptive thing in that aisle. So that's going to be a big initiative of ours. But we're also going to take the brand through other categories that are really important to moms and dads, like things that could go in the lunchbox. You could kind of imagine like lots of places we could play with this brand with better tasting, fresher type products.
John, I do have another follow-up to that, because right now we're at this point where value is so important, especially to parents who maybe have a stretched budget. You are in this premium nutrition category. So how do you play into that while also being mindful of the price point?
Yeah. So we've been really focused for a long time on using price pack architecture to make sure our average unit price is decreasing over time. So for example, moving from a single on the shelf to a 4-pack to an 8-pack to a 12-pack across channels has really allowed us to broaden our reach of the brand. And we actually do really well obviously with the top third income households, but middle and bottom we index right to the category. We have a lot of households making less than $40K a year that are buying our product, which surprises a lot of people. And it's because they see the value in it and they're willing to, maybe look for it and they'll buy it on sale, or they'll go find it in a place where the AUP, the average unit price, is a little bit lower in a bigger pack. And we see that across our whole business.
And when you think about that price point, do most of these consumers come to you for the pouches? Is that kind of the entry point here?
It can be. We have older kids finding us through on the bar aisle. So we definitely are aging up. We are a baby to big kid brand, and every year we're pushing our age up a little bit more and more because we do want to help parents. We're parents' ally. We want to help them out in the lunchbox. We all know how frustrating it is and monotonous to pack a lunch every single day. We want kids to have something they love, something that is nutritionally vibrant, and something that is going to come home eaten. There is nothing left. It's been eaten.
Yeah. I will admit, I thought the protein bars were for adults too, so I might have indulged in one or two.
They're for everybody.
They're just actual real good food.
Yeah, and when you think about sourcing those ingredients, those clean ingredients that you guys have, about 40% does come from foreign suppliers. John, walk us through what this past year has been like in an environment where there has been tariffs, as well as so many ports blocked or closed, and also the price of that. How's that impacted your bottom line?
So tariffs have had a little bit of impact on us, and we've had to move our sourcing around. We source from multiple regions of the world and maintain relationships in each of those places so that when things like that happen, we can shift to another place. And also because if a crop fails in a country, we need to be able to get cherries or whatever it is. And so we have been able to navigate that stuff really well and expect that we'll continue to be able to do that.
Yeah, and from foreign suppliers to your family farm, right, Jen?
Yeah.
When you think about the opportunity that this has provided for your family, what can you tell us about that?
My Uncle Robert had been a plumber for 40 years and became a farmer on the farm where he and my mother grew up. Early on, they supplied our company. Now they further our mission, he and my Aunt Janet, by growing tons of organic, great fruits and vegetables and taking them to the local food bank.
That's wonderful. And just last question here. When you think about the audience that you do cater to, it's parents, and maybe for the first time, a company that they really know and love is going public. So what is your message to that potential investor this afternoon?
We're going to continue to grow this business exactly the way we have before, which is by staying really rooted against our mission, which is to drive systemic change in childhood nutrition for a happier, healthier, and more equitable world, with making great tasting products that are really first appeal and the happiest thing a parent can give their kid, and their kids are going to love it. We're going to keep doing the same thing. The public markets give us an opportunity to do that on a bigger stage, but that's how we're going to continue to grow, is by not changing, not veering from our mission at all.
Well, congratulations to you both on the IPO. Thank you so much for taking the time. Appreciate it.